In today's world, we are all digital citizens, isn't it? We all find everything over Google. YouTube is there, blog is there. We can find answers to each and every problem on this earth. The question is that in this world of digital awareness where everything is available at our fingertips, do we at all need an education? Do education really serve a purpose? I mean to say, education in terms of getting a physical degree or a paper. This is a question which has been pondering a lot of in our mind, and especially for the youngsters who nowadays maybe they don't know how to look over a dictionary but just can find a Google Assistant to answer their questions. It is immediately in front of you. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the value and why you should do a program called Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. My name is Shaunak and you're watching this video on CTPD, that is Center for Training and Professional Development, and this video pertains to the value addition and a change in your life pattern that will make if you do a course which is Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. Before going into a program which is, I would consider a really serious program, that is a Professional Doctorate, first of all, I would like to ask you ask yourself these questions. The first question is that, is this subject something I'm really passionate about? Question number one, are you really passionate about this subject? Because remember, at the age, I mean to say biological and mental age, when you're doing this professional doctorate, you are obviously into a service or a business, or you're doing something and you are totally engaged into the kind of a job that you're doing. But in spite of that job, you are going to dedicate yourself time, energy and mind into something which is a professional doctorate, and that too in learning and development. So if you're really not passionate about the type of subject that you're selecting, if you're really not in love with that subject, I'm sorry to tell you, you should not pursue this degree. Because at the end of the day, in spite of 9, maybe 10 or 11 hours of your working, you still have to get out maybe 6 or 7 hours. So 11 plus 6 makes it 17 hours a day. So out of your family commitment, your children, your family, your parents, everything, are you really ready to dedicate 16 to 17 hours of either study or your service in order to uplift your career? So be honest to yourself. This is nothing, because there are a lot of other programs that you can go through, but be honest to yourself. Are you really passionate and in love with the subject? If it is yes, then definitely this is the answer to your question, Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. The second question which you should ask yourself, that do I need a research degree to follow my study? You see, there are tons of millions of degrees which are available. You can go to online, go to Google and answer. Not all of them really require a research and a study. Now you might be wondering why I'm talking about research, because that requires time. That takes a lot of pain out of your brain in order to submit a research paper and defend that research paper in front of your mentor. So the question is that, do you really feel from the core of your heart that yes, I need a study, I need a kind of a program where I would do a research? Either it is a primary or secondary research, that depends upon the subject, the scope of study. But are you really willing to do a research? Research means not just Google. Research doesn't mean just going to website and clicking and downloading the content. No, it is something original. It is something writing. It is something which is called an original thinking. I remember a lot of YouTube videos nowadays I'm going through for my own study, but you see that the basic question remains the same. Are you very original? Can your research paper reflect something original? If the answer is yes, again, the second question, are you really feeling that yes, I need to do a study where it will be a research? Yes, then the answer is you should pursue a program, or rather I would say a postdoctoral program in learning and development. The third question, which is I would say more of a mental question, I would say you should be ready about that. Are you really willing to take up another university level program? Now, we know that you have done your 10 plus 2 plus 3, maybe another 3 years to complete your master's or something. But again, it is a university level program. Again, these are studies. Again, there are questions. Again, there is a question of pass and fail. So, are you really ready to take up, I mean to say mentally, are you again willing to become a student and pursue another university level program? Ask yourself. So before I go to the advantages of the program, these are 3 honest questions Not to me, not to anybody else, but you ask yourself. If the answers are yes, then you should go. Again, I would summarize first. Is this the subject I'm really passionate about? Ask yourself, be 100% true. Second is that, do I need a research degree? Do you feel that you can take out the pain and the trouble and the hours in order to pursue a research degree? And third is that, are you really mentally ready to take up another university level program? Three important questions. Ask to yourself. If you're ready, then yes, you should do a program which is Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. In the next part of the video, I will summarize quickly why you should do it, and most importantly, what is going to change in your career and your lifestyle. The first advantage, I will come to the, I am not going into the what you call the quantitative part. That means how much salary would be, what would be my promotion, what would be my take home. We will come to those later. The first thing is that this is a program which is going to give you a research based method. Now see, when I'm talking of research based method, this is something different, because in general when we are doing any kind of a study, say for example our professional upliftment, it can be a Google degree, it can be an SEO, it can be anything related to marketing diploma. These doesn't include research methods, right? So when you're including research method, number one is that you're going much more detailed into study. Number two is that you have to go through multiple sources, and number three, you have to validate each and every source so that you can write something original. So number one, it is a research-based method. Mentally, it is giving you another way to uplift yourself so that you can go, you can carry out things and you can validate. Again, as you must have seen the first part of my video, it is not about copying and pasting. It is not going through YouTube videos. It is not going through blog. All taken together, assimilate into your creative thinking. Today in this digital world, be it a YouTube creator, be it a blogger, whoever, they are surviving just because they are original. You would say, I can go and sell anything. You would say, if I come into digital programming or digital marketing, everything has already been done. Everything on the surface of earth has already been done. Yes, but it's a question of representing yourself and bringing out the original ideas. So number one, it is a research-based method. Obviously, in your career, in your further development, either as a team leader or you are a regional manager or even a director or a president of a company, this would give you a new original thinking that how I can go to different sources and I can validate those sources and make something really creative. Point number one. Second thing, which is more or less similar to the question number two, which I talked earlier, is that are you really into an area which you are passionate? Remember, when you are working already for 9 to 11 hours, you already have a family, you already have your children, you already have certain responsibilities which you are shouldering. In spite of that, you are taking up a program which is Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. That means you're really passionate about something. And when you're really passionate and in love of something, then only you succeed. Your health will permit, your brain will permit, and your entire persona will permit that, come on, let us push forward, because we are going to succeed. So point number two, this is a program which you're really passionate about, and this passion will uplift your passion in terms of working, and then you won't question what would be my take home, because you build yourself your own take home salary. Third, obviously, you earn a lot of respect. Now, you see that all those degrees that we see, whenever we see a doctorate or a PhD before a certificate or before somebody's name, then we say, sir, please come down and say, okay, sir. Automatically, the entire persona, the way of talking, conversation, everything changes. The society starts respecting you. Why? Because you have done a professional doctorate. So you are something far beyond the normal people. I mean to say, ordinary people who don't have that degree. So third point is that, yes, you earn a lot of respect. Fourth is that in the kind of program that CTPD delivers, there are a lot of webinars which we conduct, and as a result, you get a lot of opportunity to learn with peers. Now, obviously, when you're doing a professional doctorate, when you're doing a research, you cannot do it all alone, right? I mean to say, in science, mathematics, chemistry, wherever you're doing a postdoctoral, there will be people around you whom you take notes, whom you talk, whom you interact, and whom you exchange your ideas. And this exchange of ideas will come as a habit to you, and you yourself will see that this will uplift your career in terms of talking with your colleagues, with your people and everything. So point number 4 is that learning with engaged peers, and automatically point point number 5 would be networking opportunities. Point number 5, which is related to point number 4, is that learning with peers obviously give you networking opportunities. And most importantly, what would these networking opportunities bring out? Have you ever questioned it yourself? The networking opportunities and learning with peers will bring out you as a problem solver. Now see, during these time when there are high level corporates, huge pressure of job, what is most important is that given any kind of a problem, it can be sales, administrative operations, are you a problem solver? Are you being able to deliver something which is related to problems? Now, if you really can solve problems, you're there. I can tell you about my experience with this organization. I can see my CEO, my ED valuing only that person in the company who is a problem solver. And remember, if you are a problem solver in a definitive way, in a specific direction, no, you are not required. Problem solver in any aspect. Now you might question that I am a person into sales or I am a person into operation. How can I solve the problems in academics? I'm not talking of problem solving in literal sense, but mentoring, giving solutions, giving ideas, so that if you do this, the problem will be solved. I can tell you this much, that these people are really assets. I'm not saying that you go deep into problem solving on a particular domain, but giving ideas, coming up with certain original thoughts so that you can solve the problem. So problem solving is one of the key aspects of doing this kind of a program, Professional Doctorate in Learning and Development. So let me summarize before I close my talk. First of all is that research-based method gives you a total different outlook in order to become a problem solver, in order to move up the ladder in terms of anything. Second, if you're really passionate about that area, then only you can pursue. And this passion gives rise to more elegant ways of solving problems. Third, definitely you earn respect, and once you earn respect, then you can peer network with other people, and ultimately it boils down to one single point, that is, can you solve problems? Can you handle pressure? Can you solve problems irrespective of any domain, any work, and any field of work? So that's it. I think that if you have already answered those 3 primary questions and the answers are really yes, this will give you a total different outlook and an advantage and an answer that why should I do this program. And obviously there is no question about how much salary will I get, how much will be my take home. You define your take home, you define and design your respect, and that is how it goes. So that is all for today's video. I think I have been able to give you a much more clarity and answering and honestly answering to those 3 questions before you jump into this. I hope I have been able to clear up those ideas, and I'm promising you I will be back with more such beautiful ideas which will disturb you, and it will disturb you in order to enhance your career. This is Shaunak signing off from CTPD. Just click on the bell icon, click on all so that you get all the notification from CTPD, because we bring you much more ideas which are going to change your life. Thank you for watching this video.